Joining me now is Chris Scalia, the son of late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, one of the sons. I just wanted to, I'm so happy to see you today, and a new collection, I should say, of Justice Scalia's legal writings, The Essential Scalia on the Constitution, the Courts, and the Rule of Law, was just published last week. Chris Scalia, I was fortunate enough to get to know you, both your parents, and your father, sitting next to your father at Washington dinners, was such a delight. Such a funny, smart, wonderful human man. Those were the qualities that Ruth Bader Ginsburg saw.
First of all, thank you very much, Andrea, and thanks for having me back on the show. She saw those qualities in him, and he saw similar qualities in her. I mean, they made each other laugh. Despite all of their differences. That collection you mentioned, for example, has plenty of dissents in which he goes after arguments she makes, and she went after his arguments too. But they went after each other's arguments and ideas, not after each other as people. They really admired each other. They even helped each other with their writing and on opinions when they were on different sides. They really admired each other and cherished each other's friendships very much.
Well, one of the things that she told me in an interview I did a number of years ago is that when she first got to know him on the D.C. circuit, he would take delight in whispering funny things and trying to crack her up on the bench.
Yeah, she had to apparently pinch herself so that she wouldn't laugh out loud and disrupt the courtroom. That sounds like a lot of fun. And she said that really only two people made her laugh out loud very often or regularly, and one was her wonderful husband Marty, and the other was my dad. And I should add that, as you know, my mother, well, both my parents were very close to Marty, and Marty was basically a gourmet chef, and my mom liked to swap recipes with him. And his passing about 10 years ago hit my parents very hard.
Well, he became a gourmet chef because by her children's accounts, Jane, particularly the older child, they would have starved if they had relied on their mother because she was such a bad cook. And he delighted in that. They took vacations together. They spent New Year's Eve together, and Marty was cooking for those feasts. But they also took vacations. There's that wonderful picture that the Chief Justice spoke of today, where they were on vacation together in India on the elephant. And the Chief Justice said there's no sign from this picture that either of them was trying to throw the other off. So your families were close, and that says so much. But also those dissents. They took shots at each other in their dissents, but in fact, he circulated one important dissent to her in advance so that she could be aware of what he was going to write and tailor her response to it. So they were sort of partners that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the reasons they bonded in the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals is that the other judges there didn't like getting feedback on their draft opinions. Justice Ginsburg liked getting that feedback and liked giving that kind of feedback, and the same went for my father. So they formed what he called a mutual improvement society. And I think that kind of, in addition to all of the kind of interests they shared, that working relationship was really important to them.
Well, Chris Scalia, I know you and your brother Eugene wrote a wonderful column in the Washington Post and has been, so eloquent on the subject as well. This is exactly the kind of family and personal relationships we need to celebrate today. Thank you so very much for being with us.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.